Yo, HB in the building. And we out in force. It's week 11. And I got my boy, Macho, on the line. Macho, say what's up to everybody out here, bro.
What's good, brother? We here. Force.
Yeah, we here and we about to do some commentary on some of y'all dudes who is out there competing, playing hard, trying to make the Super Bowl and get that money, because that is what we do. I am going to start the first game of the week. It was a force win, which I actually made the mistake and gave the Saints the forced win when I should have sent it despite that. But I don't like users who don't play their games. Macho, what do you think about the Saints and Panthers? It was a forced win for EP3.
I don't know too much about EP3. I played the Panthers. He a little old school. He gets mad if we run up the score on him or whatever. But they not at my level in the NFC.
I got to say that too. Basically, you've been balling, you've been doing your thing. But let's move on to the next game. We ain't gonna keep these dudes busy. So let's talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers and Browns. The Steelers, 38-10 victory. That was a pretty big win right there.
That was a forced win also. I mean, a sim win. It seems like the Steelers was ducking the Browns. The Steelers is a good user. The Browns, you already know, 3-time champ. And I think that Edis would have spanked him if he would have played this game.
Yeah, I think so too. Pittsburgh was definitely dodging. If he would have came against me and played HP, I probably would have been natural disaster. The world would have ended. The bomb dropped. Boom. But I got to say, we got a long way to go. Let's move on to the next game. Cowboys and Ravens. My boy Till missing in action in the beginning of the year. Didn't play his game. Tried to make a fool out of me with this Rams trade with the Garrett thing. A lot of drama there. Till definitely having a bad season. This game right here was a mistake enforced by me, but Cowboys got the forced win. What do you think about these two users?
We should skip this game. I think that was the battle of the bums. They both suck. So let's go to the next game.
All right. The battle of the bums. They're both not playing good, so I got to say, the thumbs are up. So the thumbs are up and now they're pointing down because I can't figure out if they're ballers or not. So let's move on to the next game. I got the Jaguars and I got the Lions. My boys a rap. The new user, Lions, trying to compete. 41-7 blowout. My boys a rap usually do what he do best, and that's win games. So what do you think about the Jaguars and Lions?
It looks like they must have got disconnected. It was a forced win also. But Boys a Rat, I like his game. He has great defense. I don't know the new user for Detroit, so I can't really say much. But Boys a Rat got good defense. He's a good user, and he's always going to compete.
Okay. Much said and much respect to Boys a Rap and the Lions. Now, when I move on to the next game, I see a magnificent blowout. The fire's burning, the house been burned down. I see the Colts delivering a punch-out victory, 59-14, stumping the Roar. Move on to victory, just killed these Titans. What do you think about this game, Titans and Colts?
Well, the Titans, the Titans came in winning two hell of a games when he first came in the league. He's fallen off now. Coach blew him out. Andrew Luck had 419 yards, passing 2 TDs. He's force-feeding Fournette, 36 carries, 124 yards, with 6 touchdowns with Fournette. 6 touchdowns. Philip Dorsett had 12 catches with 325 yards with 2 TDs. And the only thing Titans did was throw to Corey Davis for 5 receptions, 123 yards, and 1 TD. For all respect to the coach, we already know he's one of the top probably 3 people in this league, and he's going to be hard to beat.
Yeah, I got to say that too. The coach been to the Super Bowl. He been there before. I wouldn't be surprised if he go there again. The dude's that good, and I got to say much appreciated respect goes out to the coach. I love the way you play. Keep up the victory. Keep doing your thing, so you'll go a long way up in this league. My next game, I got to say, my boy Ty Law. versus the Bengals. This was a upset by my boy Jay Killer, the man who talks about the girls he delivered, the girls he got, the women, the prostitutes, the girls with no hair, the ugly ones. Like, this guy is a force in the league. When he plays hard, he gets victory. He came out and not just pulled an upset, but he won at home for all the fans. So I got to say, Macho, what do you think about the Bengals and the Bills?
We already know T-Law is a great user. I respect his game. He got great defense. To me, there's an upset. Bengals, he's a funny dude, cool dude. He said he was tanking, but he was the GOAT when he was 2-0. But let's get some stats. Tad Johnson, 6 receptions, 137 yards with a touchdown. And Andre Reed, 5 receptions with 106 yards with a touchdown. But this was a defensive game. Trubisky threw 5 interceptions, and Dalton threw 6 interceptions. That was a horrible offensive game that was going back on D. But Cincinnati pulled it out. Much respect. He's still bummed to me. He's still doo-doo.
Okay. All right. Definitely a good game. Shout out. Good job for the upset. But I got to move on. We had a devastating game. Very devastating close game. 43-42 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. My boy Twywan didn't just win. He did everything he could to win. 43-42 over the struggling Kansas City Chiefs. Macho, what do you think about the Kansas City Chiefs and the Bucks?
Man, this was a shootout, man. When I first saw the score, I went into the box scores and I looked at Deshaun Jackson had 6 receptions, 232 yards with 4 touchdowns. To top that, Kansas City Conley had 14 receptions, 401 yards with 3 touchdowns. Both quarterbacks over 500 yards. Ridiculous game.
Definitely ridiculous. But not as the next game. We got the Bears versus the Giants. 56-19, my boy. New York Giants didn't just slay the Giant. He grabbed him by the hair. The hair fell out. 56-19. I don't even know how to express such a victory by the Giants. He just went out and played hard. Maybe he found some cheese over the YouTube internet. Maybe Tilt gave him some advice. But with a struggling team like Tilt, I don't know how he came out with a win like that since he's been struggling. So what do you think about the Giants and Bears?
He can't ask Tilt anything because Tilt ain't winning. I ain't seen him win a game but a forced win. But Patrick Mahomes had 273 yards, 5 touchdowns with only 1 interception. I got to say, Islate's rebuilding. He's running around with Colin Kaepernick with 355 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. Rushing Jamal Charles for the Giants, 8 attempts for 140 yards. And then you already know OBJ with 14 receptions, 198 yards. You already know why they pulled the victory out. That was great stats. New York Giants is surprising me. I thought he was on start losing. I thought his pick was going to be a top 10 pick for me, but I guess it doesn't look like that.
Okay, let's move on to the next game. Macho, we got you. The Arizona Cardinals. The main man, Riser Gunner. 33-7 over Arnold. My boy Arnold struggled. Didn't do as good as we thought he would. I thought the Randy Moss show would continue. A couple touchdowns. Maybe 1, 2, 3. But it looked like you put the clamps on him. It's almost like you just grabbed him at the line and say, do not move. Like the gun was in his hand and he was stuck. What do you got to express about yourself playing Minnesota? What do you think about that game you played last week?
You know, Arnold is an okay user. I knew I was going to come out with the victory. He ain't on my level. To the Bengals, I just want to tell them, I started the season 1-2. Now I'm 9-2. 8-game winning streak. I'm blowing people out. I'm back to normal. And I'll be in that Super Bowl waiting for the AFC champion.
Okay. Much respect. So, as y'all know, if you play the Cardinals, you better come ready. Because he will put the clamps on you. All that speed on defense is just too ridiculous. He will put the clamps on you if you're not ready. But let's move on to this next game. I got my boy Trayvon, Miami Dolphins versus Trep, the Rams. A close game, but Miami finished 27-25. They must have wanted to win. I heard there was a little fighting and, scrapping going on about the plays the Rams was running. But in the end, I got to say, the Rams came out with a victory. What do you think about that game?
the Rams came out with victory. I don't think the Rams is that good here in my division. All he run is corner strike. He better come out with some new plays. Looking at statistic-wise, Goff and Dan Marino. Goff had 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Dan Marino had 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. So it looks like the Rams had Robert Woods and Torrey Holt over 100 yards, but Des Bryant did his thing with 6 receptions.
All right, guys. We are back, guys, from a commercial break. And I got to change the music a little bit. Get y'all a little spiced up. All right. Our next game of the week is the Patriots versus the Niners. 55-13. Trump over the Waterboy. Waterboy is out of water. He's drowning. Somebody help. The Patriots blew this guy out, and it was an ugly one. Macho, what do you think about the Patriots and Niners devastating loss for Waterboy?
Man, I thought Waterboy, I guess he's falling off. He used to be a great user. I don't know what's going on. But much respect to the Patriots. This man is 11-0. Man, he did tell me he was going 19-0. He told me to let Adis know that he going to spank him. That's why he went to his division. He 11-0. Let me give you some stats. 269, passing with Tom Brady, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Mariota only 153, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. But let me tell you, he did beat me too, Patriots, but he got the Adrian Peterson old ass is the GOAT. He's balling with him, and much respect to 11-0. Patriots, only undefeated team.
Gotcha, Roger that. Good job, Patriots, man. I'm going to have a little talk, send you a little message in the DM. You've been balling out of control, but I got to keep it moving. Eagles versus Seahawks. My boy T-Rock, my right-hand man, Commissioner, Vice President of Lead Force. The Stepping Stone Eagles dropped 35-13 on the Seahawks. I got to give my boy props because he came out with a win. He didn't just beat them, he blew them out. Just like he blew me out a week ago. The Eagles are stretching towards that division title to make the playoffs. Macho, what do you think about this victory by our boy T-Rock?
Let me tell you, man, me and T-Rock made a trade. He got my running back, Christian McCaffrey. Ever since that trade, he won 4 or 5 games straight. It looked like that was a good game. Carson Wentz with 277 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. But it looked like the Eagles' defense came to play with Russell Wilson only having 1 touchdown with 5 interceptions. But my man, Christian McCaffrey, the man I traded him, 15 attempts with 149 yards with a touchdown. T-Rock is back. And he's number 1 in the NFC right now with 6-5, and the Redskins behind him at 5-5.
Much respect, T-Rock. Much respect. Let's move on to the next game. Our boy Green Bay Packers. This boy's a quiet dude. He plays Madden. He brought in some good dudes. He won 17-10. No arguments, no disagreements. The boy comes out and plays. He trades his whole squad away, but it just fits his playing style. So what do you got to say about our Green Bay Packers? He beat the Redskins.
Redskins came in the league saying he was going to take over the division, talking trash to T-Rock, but it don't look like that now. Green Bay, talking about Green Bay, he traded his young talent, but he got one of the best offensive line now, and he turned his season around. He had a losing record. Now he's back on a winning streak.
Okay. So now we got the Texans versus the Raiders. If you ain't a silver and black fan right now, I don't know where you're missing. NFL draft, they picked up 2 good picks. And I got to say, they're going to put. They lost really bad against the Texans. Our boy Kilo's back. The return of the blitz, the stumper, the ass kicking, talking shit kind of guy. Whoop your ass in public and don't have no remorse. So I got to say, much respect goes out to Kilo for getting his first victory, 48-3 over the Raiders, who's been winning and surging. But what do you got to say about this game, Macho?
You already know Kilo is one of my boys, man. He is great. He's a great user. I don't think the Raiders is on his level yet. Raiders was doing great in the season, early in the season, but I believe he lost 3 out of his last 5 games probably. Raiders is a good user, no disrespect, but Kilo is just a way better player than him. And Warren Moon had 455 yards, 3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Derek Carr had 0 touchdowns with 4 interceptions. No rushing. And receiving D-Hop with 170 yards, Cooper with 154 yards, and Will Fuller with 153. But you already know, man, kilo, he's gonna be up there.
All right, guys, we're going to talk about a little standings, about what's going on. We're going to see where you guys place in your division, you know. But we already know the Patriots is the #1 team inside the NFL, so let's give them respect. 11-0, that's hard to do. But let's move over to the AFC Conference. We're going to start with the AFC, and that's the Patriots. They're dominating.
Yes, we do. They got Patriots 11-0. We got the Steelers at 9-1. We got the Colts at 7-3 and the Raiders at 7-3. And then we got the wild card, Bills and Browns. Bills at 7-3, Browns at 7-4, and Jags is fighting at 6-4. I know some of them play their game this week. But that AFC is tough, man. It looks like the Jags and the Browns are going to be one of the teams out. They better start fighting.
All right, now let's move on to the NFC. We got the Arizona Cardinals, your boy, Macho, 9-2, having lost many games, outblowing the NFC. The NFC is looking garbage when I look at the top of the NFL standings. Macho, what you got to say about that?
Man, I thought my division was going to be tough with Waterboy in it, but I guess he's struggling. We got me, of course, on the top, like always. We got the Vikings, we got the Saints and the Eagles winning their divisions right now, but the wild card is going to be crazy. But the Eagles and the Redskins are going to be fighting for that division, but we got the Bucks.
Oh, my bad, Macho. You say Eagles and Redskins fighting for that division. My bad to interrupt you. Wow, I never thought I'd see Eagles and Redskins fighting, but go ahead and continue where you left off.
Yeah, Bucks and Packers and Redskins are fighting for the last 2 spots, so it's going to be tough. The wild card is going to be tough in the NFC. So good luck to the NFC and the AFC, man. Let's go. Get y'all games done. Let's get it popping.
Let's get it popping. And then you always remember, if you don't play your games, I will boot ya. HB out, Macho out. This is Forrest. If we ain't top of the food chain, then I don't know where we at. This is commentary. This is predictions. This is everything. We'll be coming out with new shows. As you know, Macho finally stepped on the show. I hope some more users step on the show. But if not, me, Macho, and T-Rock will run this shit like kings of comedy. Let's go.